What's up, guys? It's me, the Velociraptor, and as you know, I'm the queen of the Velociraptors. Okay, obviously, you see some changes. I'm no longer on my bed, I'm on a desk, and my hair's gone. So, I only have a limited amount of time to do this, so I'm just gonna get right into it. A week ago, my boyfriend's mom found some things that we were talking about and figured out that we were getting, like, a little too heated, and she kind of, like, flipped out about it, and so, she kind of made, like, a huge deal about it, and so we tried explaining it to her and she just wouldn't listen. Like, she always thought that we were gonna have sex, and I'm just like sitting there like, okay, could you listen? Like, terrified of sex, doesn't want to get pregnant, doesn't want to ruin her life that easily. So we did have a line that we didn't cross, because, like, sure, we would go, like, far and I would let him see me the way no one else saw me, but we would never cross that line because he had to go on a mission and I didn't want to jeopardize that, because if you go on a mission, you have to be completely clean. You cannot commit any kind of adultery, because that is one of the biggest sins in the Mormon religion. And so I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to be the reason for him not to go on a mission. And so I tried explaining that to her, like, hey, I'm scared of sex for reasons that have happened to me. And she said that I was trying to commit suicide, and I was just like, she was twisting my words, and it was kind of like, where are you getting this? And so, my friend asked me about it, and she's like, so how are you and, let's call him Bob doing? And I was like, oh, we're good. His mom still doesn't believe me that I don't want to have sex, and she's like, well, couldn't you have sex if you wanted to? And I said, well, we'd probably figure something out, but I don't want to do that. And she's like, well, why? Because she's not a virgin and I am. And I said, well, 1, I'm terrified of sex. 2, I don't want to get pregnant. And she's like, well, why not? And I said, well, 1, saving myself for marriage. 2, still don't want to get pregnant. So she asked me a whole bunch of questions, and so I was like, okay, all these things kind of go hand in hand together. I have no trust in men because of things that they have done to me in my life. I've never wanted children. And because of what I've gone through, I don't want to get married to someone who's gonna treat me like trash. The reason for my no trust in men is because my mom had my older sister out of wedlock, and when she found out that, like, when my sister was born, her dad left, and my dad actually stayed around for a little bit until I was 2, and on Christmas Eve my mom found a crack pipe in his dresser and went up to him and was like, seriously, this is not good for you or your daughter or your son. And he was arguing with her, and she said, look, you can either choose your daughter or you can get out. And he left for Christmas Eve 2001. And then my stepdad, that my mom is currently with, well, they're doing a lot better, so I'm happy about that, but he had an affair, and he and this one girl were sending nudes to each other, and I saw those on his phone, and it kind of scarred me. And now you guys are probably thinking, well, that probably just happened. Your parents don't know how to, your family doesn't know how to choose men, and I'm sure you're probably right, but that's not the only reason. The other reason was I was molested. I met up with a guy that I met the night before, and he took advantage of me and made me do things I didn't want to. And since I was in such a dark place, I thought that was because of love. But as it started going farther and farther, I realized it wasn't. Since I was in 6th and 7th grade, I've been so depressed because of bullying and cutting and everything. And so I did reach out to guys, and if they asked me for nudes, then I would send them because I thought that was love. It wasn't. So this guy stuck his hand down my pants and started sucking on my breast and made me give him a blowjob forcefully. And I was crying and begging him to stop, and he didn't. And because of my mistake, I didn't get him arrested. He was 18 and I was 14. And I had his fluids and everything in my mouth, but I made the mistake and got in the shower and brushed my teeth and just... So if I went and pressed charges now, it would be my word against his. And that wouldn't always turn out right. So, that's another reason why I don't trust men. And I don't want to get married because of what's happened with my mom and my grandma. They get married, they have a kid, and the guy leaves. My dad left, my older sister's dad left, and my 2 younger siblings, their dad almost left. And so because of that, I don't want to... That also goes with why I don't want to have kids. It goes hand in hand. I don't want to have kids because I don't want the dad to leave. And all my friends know that I never wanted to get married. And so, I don't know, meeting Bob kind of relaxed me a bit on the subject. Because I trust him, and he's been the first guy I can actually trust. He's like my older brother, he's my best friend, and I love him. And I even told him, I said, dude, if I don't get married and you don't get married, we're getting married, you have no choice. And he's the only person who I will marry, because I trust him. Even now, he hasn't done anything that I wasn't comfortable with. Every time I would show, like, the least, like, just tensing up a little bit, he would stop. And, you know, I wanted to give him everything, and I tried, but I can't, because, like, as I said before, I've let him see parts of me that no one else has seen. Because I now know what love is. And it's hard to explain, but you can just see it in the person's eyes, and you can hear it when they talk to you. And as cliche as that sounds, it's the best feeling ever. And all my friends know that I don't want to get married, but they do know if I do get married, then it's going to be to Bob. Because I trust him. I trust that he won't make me do something that I won't do. And I trust that when I get pregnant with his child, he won't leave. And also, if I do have kids and they're his, then I'll be glad because they have a great father figure to look up to. Because he's just so strong in what he believes in, and he's the sweetest guy ever. So, yeah. I mean, if I marry him, I marry him. If I don't, I don't. I'm gonna be happy either way. Not only for him, but for his wife. Yes, I'll be ecstatic if we do get married. But I'll also be extremely happy if he marries someone else. Because I know that that woman is extremely lucky to call him her husband. And in all honesty, I tell him this all the time, but I feel like he deserves better than me. But he's happy with how I am. And I know, like, whatever the future holds, we might break up, who knows. But I know that we'll still be really good friends. Because he's, like I said, he's my older brother and my best friend. So if we break up, we break up. If we get married, we get married. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But I can promise that I will always care for him. I'll do anything for him anytime. So yeah, that's basically all that was happening. I should be uploading more. I'm sorry that this one was kind of low and upsetting, but I just couldn't explain it to my friends face to face. I had to explain it face to screen, I guess, because I am not the best at putting words together. Like, I am reading off of a script right now. Well, not right there. That was... Anyway. But yeah, I should be making more videos in the near future. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful life, and yeah, I love you guys.